What's happening, yo? Alright, so got my Presidio 2 auto back. So when you send them in, they tell you don't put any kind of packaging with it because it may get discarded. So I just wrap it up in bubble wrap. Bubble tape is a blast from the past. If anybody knows what bubble tape is. So they send it back in another one of these. So usually, like when you get the Life Shark service, they will send them back to you. They'll send them back to you in a blue pouch. You know, the black ones come with your purchases when you buy the knives, but the Presidio 2 Auto did not come with that. They came with like that Molly pouch, so it didn't have one of these. Well, now it's got one, which is nice that they send those out with it. So anyways, here's how it is. Back to normal. Right there, back to what it was before I sent it in. Now, I was kind of wondering, I was like, I wonder if they're going to fix it or possibly just send me a new one and not bother fixing it, but they actually fixed it, because I don't know if I can get the... Sorry, I had a phone call coming through. Hold on a second. Okay, so this mark that was on the blade, shit, right there, you can kind of see it, that little half circle. That was the only mark on this thing. There it is when I sent it in. And I put a note in there saying, please be extra careful with it when you're fixing it, because I'm trying to keep it nice and new since this thing cost me $400 fucking dollars. I said, please, just be careful. I have no scratches on it. I didn't mention that, but I knew it was there already, so. But other than that, there is not a mark on this thing. They did a fantastic job fixing it. There's no scratches, no marks, anything. They did a fantastic job. And I was thinking, like, maybe they just fixed the, I just assumed they're going to fix the one broken spring. So, I don't know if I did a video on it or not, but my Claymore, the green Claymore, one of the springs broke in that. So, just like this one, it would still have enough to come open, which is nice that at least if one of the springs breaks, it's still got enough, one spring to open, so you can still use it if you need to, especially in like a self-defense kind of situation, which, doesn't happen really, but in case it ever were to. So anyways, it was doing the same thing. One of the springs broke, and when I put my little description there, I said, while you guys have it, can you just go ahead and fix the others, fix both of them, replace both of those springs. I didn't say that in this one. All I said was just be careful and don't scratch it, please. I got the thing back. I started looking at the receipt that came with it, or like, not necessarily a receipt, but it's like, shows what they did to it. Now, I don't know how much. I'll read it off first. So, the spring that makes it come out, the blade come out, is not the Omega spring. The Omega spring is what resets the axis lock. I doubt you're going to be able to see it. That little silver line underneath the axis lock button there, or whatever you want to call it, that's the Omega spring. And that's what resets this to go back up to the top. Whenever you pull it down, that's what pushes it up. Those didn't break. I've heard people have had issues with those breaking before, but that's not what broke on here. What broke is the one that makes the blade come out. So, they changed out both Omega springs. What they call the torsion spring. It says Omega spring left, Omega spring right. And then the torsion spring, which is the one that makes the blade come out, it says torsion spring left, torsion spring right. So they changed both springs that make the blade come out, both Omega springs, and they gave me the microfiber bag with it as well. So I gotta say, man, it sucks that I only having it for a couple months and it broke, but like I said, I've probably opened this thing at least 1,000+ times, which still it shouldn't break. But given the fact that I sent it in expecting one spring to get changed out of 4, and they changed all 4 of them out just in case, is pretty fucking cool. And the little freebie bag is kind of dope too. And all it cost me was shipping to them, and that was it. They pay the shipping back. So you can see here all that stuff. Left spring, right spring, microfiber bag. This is just that little slip, it says Axis Lock, that comes inside the pocket clip when you get the knives from them. Left torsion spring and right torsion spring. I don't know what the fuck a torsion spring is, but that's what they call it. But yeah, man, I gotta say I'm pretty fucking happy with the service that I got. So when I sent in other knives for Life Sharp, the couple I'd sent in, I had paid about $100 for them because they were used, and so I did my shipping UPS. It was like $12. Although that has went up actually a few bucks, unfortunately. So this one, being that it's, because they ask you, is it whatever you're shipping, is it worth more than $100? And this one I said yes. And they said how much? I told them $400. So shipping with the insurance was like $22. So I have to get the insurance. I just did it anyways because I'm a broke motherfucker and I don't want to, get screwed if something gets lost in the mail. So I paid $22 to ship it out. I probably could have paid, $15 to send it, 12, whatever it was at the time. I could have paid to send it out. I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna insure it. So $22 to send it out, nothing to ship it back to me. And they changed all 4 springs and gave me this bag. I gotta say I'm pretty fucking happy with it. It took about 2 weeks. And I even got an email from them saying that things are taking longer than expected. I got a high volume of shit coming in, and then it was like the next day it said it was shipping back to me. I was like, okay, cool. I mean, I wasn't in all that big a hurry to get it back anyways, but it works great. I don't know if you can hear this in the video, because when I hear people just open them regular, it sounds the same. But when you pull it down and hold it down and just let it hit, it has it's not a very good sound in this. It might sound good on the camera though. I've noticed that. It's like, you can hear it. It's just like metal hitting metal, and just doesn't sound that good. But when you work it, that's why I open it so many times, is because I kept fucking with it, because I want to get it to where every time I open it, when I pull it, I could get it just right to where I pull it down just enough to trigger it to start to come open and let go of it before the blade hits, so you can hear it locking into place. So when I do it like that, it's like, see that time? That was right. I don't know if it sounds any different on camera. That time was like in between. See, it sounds so much better. Because it's not the fastest action. It looks like it on the camera too. That's another thing. Cameras make it look like it's faster than what it actually is. But in person, this is kind of a slow auto. But I am kind of spoiled because of that fake Benchmade stimulus that I bought. That thing is so fucking fast, dude. But now, if I had bought other ones first, then I would think that this is like a normal speed. But it's not bad. But when you get it just right to where almost every time you open it, you can get it to make that better sound, it just makes that slightly slower speed not a big deal, because it just sounds so much better. I doubt it's going to pick it up on the camera, but that's just pulling it down. That's just pulling it down and holding it. See, it just doesn't sound as good to me. I don't know if it's just me or what, but that sounds so much better. And when you get it just right, you can do it without dropping it. Because I have dropped it a couple times trying to get this. Thank God it was just on the carpet, because I would have been fucking livid if my dumb ass would have dropped it on the pavement. Because if you've watched any of my videos before, I have this habit of dropping nice new shit on the fucking ground and scratching it up. Usually when I've had it for less than 24 hours. That's my typical MO. So, all in all, I am fucking ecstatic. That one didn't sound as good. Like, that's just fucking, man, this knife is so badass. I want to use it so bad, but God, I'm just holding on to it, because once I start using it and carrying it and it gets scratched up, it's fucking scratched up. But if I keep it nice, at least I can keep it that way for a while. I just can't believe that, like, between our parking lot, the road right out in front of our parking lot and the school parking lot, there's that little easement of grass in between. And because it's on the back part of the property, they don't take care of it all that much. So they'll usually let the shit grow to where you get grass that turns into like reeds of grass instead of just blades of grass. And they're like fucking tall as shit. And I was walking down the street and just fucking slapping them, just chopping them in half. Just whack. And that's how I got that little mark on there. I'm like, damn, just cutting fucking reeds of grass quickly, just chopping them like that. I only did like 10 of them. And I'm like, there's a fucking mark on a blade already. But once I saw that, I'm like, all right, I really got to take care of this thing if I want to stay nice. So, at least for now, I'm keeping it nice. I don't want to fuck it up right now. Maybe I'll use it one day. But this one's more for show anyways. Just to have it, just to keep it nice as part of the collection, you know, instead of a user. While I got everyone's attention here, I also... I cleaned up the micarta scales I bought. I cannot believe I am so pissed off. If you go on eBay, there's a guy, his name's Igord, like I-G-O-R-E-D. That's where I got these scales from, and I am fucking pissed, man, because if they would look like the picture showed, this will be one of my favorite fucking knives, dude. I have taken Dawn, I've actually soaked the dirty ends of these in Dawn for like a couple hours. I've taken scrub pads and just scrubbed the shit out of these things. I mean, so much and so long that my fingers and hands were hurting from scrubbing so hard. And I still can't get all that dark shit off of them, dude. I am so fucking pissed. And I didn't leave, I don't know, I should have left a more negative review, like in the sense of just stressing how pissed off I am that I spent $100 or $125 with fucking shipping and everything else. And I get scales that look like fucking garbage. Because all of it was supposed to look like this. That looks beautiful. And that's what the picture looks like. But you see how dark this is? It looks like I've been using it forever, and I just finally put it back together. It's kind of a pain in the ass to get the pivot screw through. So if I took it apart, I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to fucking keep it apart until I finally get to the point where I don't think I can clean them any better. So all in all, it doesn't look all that bad. But, you know, it's like for $100 fucking dollars, man, send me what's in the fucking picture. Not these greasy-ass looking fucking things that, you know, cost me $100. If I paid $20, I wouldn't be that pissed about it. But $125 fucking dollars for some garbage pisses me off. But the rest of it looks great. But you could see, because for some reason I thought it'd be a good idea to use sandpaper to try to get that off. That was a stupid idea. Don't ever use sandpaper on your micarta scales, because it's gonna fuck them up. You see how like this has like a fabricy like texture look, and then you see this. If I can get it light, you see how this part's shinier than this is? That's because of the fucking sandpaper, because I'm an idiot. In case you haven't noticed. You know, I know it's not exactly breaking news or anything, but yeah. But anyways, I don't know, I said fuck it, what can you do at this point? I have to fucking be, I'm not gonna not use it. And I mean, I could put the original scales back on, but I want these. It looks cool. I really wanted a Spyderco PM2 with the like the brown micarta with the satin blade, but this was gonna like kind of fill that spot for me for a while until I finally, you know, get enough Benchmades that I'm ready to venture out. Yeah, see all that shit? And you see these marks? That's from the fucking, not from the sandpaper. Those little like lines you're seeing in it, like all these scratch marks, are from the fucking, I just use a regular dish scrub pad. Yeah, you can see right, that's a good spot where you can see how light this is and how dark this shit is. It's fucking ridiculous, man. I am really, really pissed off about this. And I know I will never buy anything else in that fucking dude. I am so fucking mad. You know, the guy could have reached out and said, hey, you know what? I apologize. Let me send you some better ones. Not a fucking word. Fuck the guy. I'm fucking pissed, dude. But whatever. Can't do nothing about it now. Plus the guy's from like fucking Europe somewhere. Serbia, I think they came from. I think it was Serbia. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. But anyways, it's back together now, so that is my sheep's foot full size Griptilian. But it's nice. I mean, it's still, you know, it's not terrible. I noticed the Griptilians seem to have the best open and shut to them. I don't know, they just seem to be great. So one issue I have with these expensive knives is all the excessive fucking blade play. That shit fucking drives me nuts. If I'm spending more than like $50 to $100 on a knife, if I'm spending upwards of $200 to $400, I expect there to be no fucking blade play and a perfect drop shut. Well, cat, what are you doing, dude? My cat's psycho. So Anyhow, that shit drives me nuts. So I was thinking of like, getting Loctite, but I think with the red Loctite is the only thing you can get, because I've tried, not blue Loctite, I think there's a blue one. I tried the Loctite super glue. Didn't work. It fucking didn't work at all. Awful shit. Just like every other super glue, it's just fucking garbage. Unless, you super glue your fingers together, then that shit'll hurt. That's about the only thing that'll actually hold together. So I'm trying to think. I'm like, if I use the red Loctite, it's going to be hard to get the pivot screw going again without stripping it. So I was like, what the fuck can I do? This one, thankfully, I didn't need to do that with. This one just seems to fucking hold perfectly. No blade play. I've been playing with this one quite a bit since I put it together this weekend. Today is Wednesday, December 11th, 2024. So it's been a few days. I've been playing with it a lot. I'm trying to quit smoking. That's why I got one of those. And the Zyn is the one that most people know of. I got these other ones called Zone. Nicotine pouches trying to help me quit smoking, but I'm so used to using my, doing something with my hands when I'm smoking. That's why I just play with knives all the time when I'm driving. I just keep fucking with the knives. Cut myself a few times, but poked a tiny hole in my leather seat in the car. Just a little tiny hole, not too bad. But see, that's what happens. I just dropped this one on the ground outside the other day. It's like, lovely. Okay, what are you doing? I gotta see. Hold on. Say hi, Daisy. She's like, hi, Daisy. This is fucking nuts, dude. Yeah, I found that too with the Benchmades. Like, you can actually, without even touching the access lock, you can't, like, do it like that. Oh, that sometimes you can. It's kind of harder when you like, oh, that worked. Yeah, sometimes you try to do it like that, it doesn't want to come out, but if you just take it and just quickly spin it, it comes out every time. That way you don't have to touch the access lock. You put your hands down here, it comes out all the time. So anyways, blade play. My other grip tiny, and the one I've been wanting to carry forever. So this one had just a shit ton of blade play. You'd tighten it back to the right spot, or I kind of slightly over tighten it so that it wouldn't get a good drop shut, and then I have to I get a few, like 5, 7, 8 times of doing this, and you get blade play again. So what I realized was, if you take some plumber's tape, take the screw out, leave the pivot housing in there, but take the screw out, take a little section of that plumber's tape, and wrap the plumber's tape, not painter's tape, but plumber's tape. Wrap it around that screw real good, put it back in there. Sometimes it's kind of hard to get it started, but once you get it in there and get it going, it helps. This one I have not had to tighten. I don't think I've had to tighten this one again. And I play with this one a lot too. I don't think I had to tighten this one at all once I put that painter's tape in. Plumber's tape. Damn it, I keep saying fucking, talking to people at work and shit. I keep saying painter's tape. It's plumber's tape. I might have it with, oh yeah, right here. Plumber's tape. This shit. This stuff right there. Oh. Damn it. I guess it's shy. This kind of stuff. You just take about that, maybe that much off, or however much, wrap it around that screw real good. And then as you're tightening it in, sometimes I had to take something and kind of like, it would start to come out around the edges, so I'd kind of just keep poking it back in with something, like a razor blade or something, and just keep pushing it back in until I tighten it up, and that one you can't see it at all. And it works great. The bug out. My Jackie bug out, that one had excessive blade play too. And not now. This one I had to tighten once though. I did have to tighten this one back up one time. So I might not use enough, but it was kind of hard to get this one going. But if you look at it, you see around the edge, that white shit around the edges, it almost looks like the light shining on it. But let me see if I can get it to focus real clearly. Yeah, there you go. That white stuff you're seeing, that's where I couldn't quite get all of it shoved back underneath there. But it's enough where it's in there. I don't see it really. But yeah, this is my Jackie commemorative bug out that I got. That's the only reason I got a bug out, which I'm not a big fan of the model in general. And that's, the tattoo I got I still had Jack. I'm not a huge fan of the bug out model itself. Like, I love this one because it's my Jackie one. But the model of the bug out, I've not really been a big fan of. But I gotta say, the newer tan one with the satin blade and the gold accents on it, I just keep finding myself watching videos of it and looking at pictures of it, and I fucking really like that one. I do. It's growing on me a lot. That one and the storm gray one with the dark gray blade, I really like that one a lot too. So I think at some point I'm gonna end up buying those too. I love the full size pocket clip, man. I can't believe more people don't like this clip. It blows my mind. I swear, I think not everybody, but I think a lot of people love the deep carry clips just because everybody loves the deep carry clips. It's like Glocks and 9mm in general. Why do so many people go out and buy a Glock? Because that's what everyone else is doing. Why do so many people, buy a gun, buy a 9mm? Because that's what everyone else is doing. It's like, especially like people who are buying their first gun. I've talked to several people I work with who, didn't own a gun, but really wanted to buy a gun. And what do they want to buy? A 9mm Glock. Why? I mean, I've already knocked him enough in the past. I mean, whatever. My dad had one that blew up in his hand. It fucking blew up in his hand. He was shooting at the range one day and the fucking thing just exploded in his hand. Thankfully, it didn't blow his hand off. But, my dad had about 60 guns my whole life growing up. Rifles, handguns, all kind of shit. And that one blew up in his hand, man. And, I was never a fan to begin with. I just don't like the style. I think they're fucking ugly as shit. But, and every one of them looks fucking identical. Just different sizes. Or sometimes different barrel lengths. But, I still shot it. We were at the range. Thankfully, it didn't blow up my hand. I was like, anywhere between like 10 and 16 years old. So thank God it didn't blow up my hand, because it might have fucking blown my hand off or something bad might have happened. But I was never a big fan, but I shot it anyways because, he had it. So we'd go to the range sometimes and I just shoot everything. Fuck, I like shooting all the guns. But that one gun, that was like my least favorite. I did not like the Glock style. I just didn't dig it. And once that one blew up my dad's hand, I will never own a Glock. My dad's never bought a Glock again. We've had nothing to do with it. Now, in all honesty, that's probably just a fucking fluke. A little bit of just a freak occurrence, because I know, generally speaking, they're good guns and they can work when they get dirty and, whatever. But after that, I'm good, man. Him and I are both good on that shit. I think I've shown this one. This is my most recent one I had for, a month or two now. My mini grip with the dark gray and the black. So I checked with them to find out, and because they started doing custom griptillions again. Oh my God, they finally started doing that. And they have a closed back on it, because if they didn't have a closed back, I was going to be pissed. Thank God. Because the Osborns, when you get a custom Osborn, they have an open back on them. I'm like, why the fuck don't you make it? And I don't even think aluminum is a fucking option for the custom Osborns. Why the fuck wouldn't you give that as an option, man? But I say I need to go work for them, because I can come up with all kind of great design, like different ideas for the existing models, different color schemes and things they should do. But anyways, I checked with them and I sent them a picture of this and I said, is that what the dark gray looks like? And they said yes. Which excites me, because I've wanted a gray full size one with the blacked out blade. I wanted one of those very much so with the drop point blade. So most likely my next Benchmade purchase, next knife purchase in general, is going to be a full size dark gray handle with everything blacked out. All of it. Liners, pivot, the axis lock, screws, thumb studs, everything is going to be all blacked out with the gray scales. Basically, that's what this one is. Everything on it's blacked out, including the liners. As you can see, it's just got the gray scales, and I fucking love it. This Zigzag IHC, I don't know what that was, so I looked it up before I bought it. I may have mentioned this in the past, but it's a group of guys out in somewhere out west, Montana, Wyoming, somewhere out there, and they it's a group of guys that fight wildfires. So somebody was selling it unused. Like, I didn't really want writing on it, but I don't really give a shit. So it wasn't something fucking lame. So it's the only one I could find that was gray with the black plate and everything blacked out. So I was like, fuck it, bought it. Went for a good price on eBay. I knew it was real. I could tell from looking at it, it was real. So I was like, fuck it. But I want to get full-size gray with everything blacked out, including the blade, with the drop point blade. And then I want to get a mini with the gray, everything blacked out, but with the sheep's foot blade on it for a mini. And I just have that combo. It would be fucking awesome. And I want to do the same with, you know, the full size of the mini Griptilians, but with the Crater blue and everything blacked out. Because I just think that, like, they have the only stock option they have for Crater blue is with that, like, flat earth color blade, which I don't know, it just doesn't look good to me. I mean, obviously some people like it, so hey, I'm happy for them. But me personally, I just don't like how that looks together. I'm like, shit, give me a satin blade, if anything. But I thought about it, I was like, dude, I was going to go with Storm Gray scales on this, but every now and then it'll pop up as an option, but then it just disappears. It'll pop up. One day it popped up for like 20 minutes, or no, that night, and the next morning it wasn't there, the morning I went to order it. So I went with the Crater Blue, but I was messing with the, either these or these, I think it was these. And Storm Gray popped up, and I made one real quick how I wanted it, and I put it in my cart. Well, let me buy it. It wouldn't even add it to the cart. And then that option just disappeared the next time I went to try to, like, I went through it again and tried to find it again. It wasn't there. But knowing that the dark gray, because when you look at the animated model, it makes the colors look different. Like one of them, it was like light blue, and it's supposed to be like a, almost like a fluorescent blue. And the picture of it is like, I'm trying to find something that looks like it. It's like looks like a really dark blue. Almost looks like this. There you go. Almost looks like this kind of blue. But I know that's going to be like a sky blue color when you get it. So that's why I asked them. And yeah, so if I were to do another custom bug out, I would probably get this color instead of Storm Gray anyways. The Storm Gray looks nice, but it's almost like, the Storm Gray almost looks like in some pictures it looks like it's white. And like, the white and black doesn't look bad, but I like the gray, so I don't know. Instead of getting a Storm Gray, I might just get one with the dark gray, because it'd be a little bit darker, you know. I don't know, whatever. Just talking out my ass anyways. Yeah, so I think it's all the news I got on my knives, but the whole point is I put up the video beforehand about this, and I don't know if I did a video about the Claymore, but that one, when I get that back, I'll do a video on that one and see if they do all the same shit for it. But that's pretty nice, though. I mean, again, it shouldn't have broke to begin with after fucking 2 months, and no matter how many times I open it, should have never broke. But, you know, we're living in a disposable world, so at least when they say yours for life, they actually mean it, regardless of what happens, you know. Unless I fucking just snap the blade off, then, you know, I have to pay for that. I swear, sometimes I keep thinking this is a regular access lock, and I'm trying to, like, fling it shut. And I'm like, it doesn't go. But, yeah, I told them don't sharpen it, because it's still got a fucking razor edge on it when I bought it, so they didn't mess with that, thankfully. That fucker is sharp. Serrations are sharp, too, man. Shit. I was in my work truck today. Got like the rubber coating on the steering wheel, and I took these serrations and I just barely touched them to the edge of that rubber, and it just like glided through some. I was like, oh my god, those fuckers are sharp. And then I tried it one time with this just to see, and it's like same way, man. They just I just touched it like flat up against it, and it just started cutting right through it, dude. It was like, wow, dude, that shit is sharp. But yeah, so very happy with the service. You know, shipping one way, whatever, dude. It ain't the end of the world. I've spent $22 on a lot dumber, worthless shit than, you know, sending a $400 knife back to get fixed, overly fixed even. You know, fixing shit that ain't even broke with it. So all in all, very pleased with the service. So, anyhow, I finally got some time. I got home early for a fucking change, or 6 o'clock is early for us. Usually we get home at like fucking 8 every night. So I guess spend time with the doggy. Oh, I think I woke her up. Oh, here she is. Ah, she woke up. Look at the baby. Look at the baby. Hi, darling. Can you say hi? Hey, Ripley. Hey, hey, hey. Baby. Hello, baby. Hi, doggy. I gotta spend some time with my baby. And my little crazy grandkitty, wherever she's at. Hey! Get off the counter. Jeez. That's where she was at. Yeah. Yeah, you troublemaker. I need to do something on my record collection. Like all them fucking records. That's one stack. I got 3 or 4 stacks like that of old vinyl records. Hi. Say hello, baby. Say hello. I got Brando on the wall, too. And me and my Jackie baby and Daisy kind of smashed up in the middle. You got BB King over there. Hey, crazy cat. Hey, crazy cat. Oh, say hi. Say hi, crazy cat. She says, hi, crazy cat. What's up, crazy Daisy? She's a fucking nut job. But I still love her. I still love the little baby. And then this little baby, she just made herself a part of the family. Yeah, she assimilated right in the family very quickly. All I noticed is, if you look at her scars, these scars were completely healed when I found her. These were not the open wounds. But I don't know if she's scratching at it or what, but I've noticed it, like, and you can see this little piece of scab, like, it was all this little, like, divot right there. The whole thing was filled in with a scab. And then this other one, this is like a fucking bite mark from a dog attacking her. That one was looking red the other day, but the red kind of went away. It kind of had a little scab on it like this one does. I don't know what the fuck's going on with it, because it was just completely healed up and scarred over the day I found her, and all of a sudden it's starting to open back up. But she's doing good. Oh my god, she is so excited. When I go pick her up at my mom's house, because she goes to my mom's every day. She goes to my mom's house every day, because I don't want to leave her home yet, because I'm afraid she's going to chew on something and swallow something and, end up having to have some horrible surgery she have to go through. So, every time I get to my mom's house, oh my god, dude, she just goes fucking bonkers. Just, like, bombarding me with kisses and jumping. It's like, I have to, like, it's slippery floor right when I walk in, when I get past that first rug. So I gotta, like, try to keep her from falling on the slippery floor as she's trying to jump up on me. And then I get her to the carpet, and she just goes fucking nuts, dude. She just, like, I'll like, keep, like, spinning around and pushing her back. So I'll push her back, and then I sit up, and she just fucking leaps through the air, like, 4 feet away from me, and flies up and lands on my shoulder. And then just goes crazy, dude. She's just so fucking happy. Every time I get there, I'm like, dude, people, scientists think that animals don't have consciousness. Bullshit, they don't. They have personalities. Personalities are not an instinct. And you could see how overly. Even I've had her for over 2 months now. Actually, in 9 days, I've had her for 3 months, and you could tell how overly happy this dog is to not have to live in that fucking hellhole she came from, and to know that she's got a good life, and she's got someone who, not just me who loves her, but Daisy loves her, my mom loves her, and my brother spends a lot of time with her, and she's you can literally see how happy she is, and just the gratitude every time I go pick her up. Would you get your ass out of her face, dork? Here's my 2 babies, my baby and my grandbaby. Because Daisy was Jackie's baby, so it kind of makes her my grandbaby. But oh, yeah, I love them though, both of them. Yeah. What's that, Daisy? There's that purring. Yeah. But you can see how happy she is, and I have to go back to that shit. Every time I come get her, it's like she knows. She's like, you're the one that rescued me. I love you forever. So, anyhow, hope y'all have a great rest of your week, a great weekend, and I'll catch y'all soon. Say bye, y'all.